everyone, this is Lisa from Happytohook Creations. Today's Wednesday, February 6, 2019. And this is another episode of Crochet and Classic Movies. Now, before I get started, I wanted to make sure that everybody checks the next video tomorrow, because we're also going to be doing the giveaway for the Gone with the Wind shawl. So don't forget to tune in for that. Because I will be drawing the winner. I do a random picker, and once that one ends, another one's going to start tomorrow. So as soon as I pick the winner of that shawl, I'll show you the next shawl that I'm going to be giving away. And the only stipulation is you have to be a subscriber to my channel, and just leave me a comment and just let me know what you're thinking. It could be about the giveaway, or any of the series of videos that I'm doing. Just any kind of comment down there, and you have to be a subscriber. And that's going to be all you need to enter to win. So now, let me remind you, last week, I don't even think it's been a week yet. I think it was Saturday. I've just been like super excited. I've been so stoked about Singing in the Rain, and I had to watch it again because, when you haven't watched it in a while and you want to talk about it, you got to see it, right? I totally forgot. Boy, Debbie Reynolds was young. My gosh. She was a youngin'. Anyway, I am super, super excited about what I ended up making. Things are like falling all over the place. I just lost a, it was just a thing to my yarn. So anyway, I was really, really excited. So before I show you what I made, I'm going to go ahead and give you, tell you a little bit about the movie. Of course, it's called Singin' in the Rain. Duh. Starring Gene Kelly, Debbie Reynolds, Donald O'Connor, and oh my gosh, I'm going to get Gene Hagen. And the movie is about silent film actors who are transitioning into talkies, since the jazz singer was such a sensational hit as like one of the first talkie movies. So the whole movie is dealing with how they're trying to deal with making a silent film into a talkie film, and how Lena, Gene Hagen's part, is not, her voice is just awful. So Debbie Reynolds is actually dubbing her voice, and Lena is just not very nice. She's just not a nice person at all. And yeah, so it's really, really a great, great, great film. It's actually one of the top movie musicals of all time. And 3 out of the one, I think the AFI, that stands for the American Film Institute, they have like a top 100 I don't know if they do it every year. But I do know that 3 of the songs from that movie made it onto the list, the top 100. And I'm trying to remember. I know number 3 was Singing in the Rain. I believe 39 was Good Morning, and Make 'Em Laugh was like 43 maybe. I know they were all within, they were definitely the top 50. There were 3 of those. So anyway, it was really good. And Sid Charisse was also in there. And I want to make sure to mention her, because she is in my top 5 facts. There's a ton of stuff, with every movie. There's lots and lots of things going on. But these I found, as you know, like I've been stating, were very, very interesting. So let's do the facts, and then I'll show you what I made. Fact number 1. Debbie Reynolds used to take naps on the set, because she was only 19 when this movie was made, and she still lived at home. She didn't drive. She had to take 3 buses to get to the studio. And in order to do that, she had to get up at 4 o'clock in the morning. So in between takes, she would go in her dressing room and nap because she was so tired. But can you imagine, 19 years old? Absolutely crazy. And she was also trained to be a gymnast. She had no dancing experience prior to making Singing in the Rain. None whatsoever. So, yeah, talk about intimidating. I thought that was interesting. Fact number 2, Gene Kelly, during the takes of Singing in the Rain, which took almost a week to do, every time they would pour the rain on him, it caused his wool suit to shrink, and he ended up getting a really bad cold. And he was running 103 temperature the day he did Singing in the Rain, and the one that they actually kept for the film. So when you're watching Singing in the Rain, and he's singing in the rain and doing his number with the umbrella and dancing around, he was actually very sick with a cold and had 103 temp. Not bad. That leads me to fact number 3. He was a perfectionist. Yeah. So much so that the people on the set were afraid of him. Because if things didn't go the way he wanted, he just had to do take after take. He would yell and upset the cast members like really bad. So Debbie Reynolds, being only 19, she was absolutely he just made her crazy. So one day he was criticizing her so bad for her dancing when they were trying to get the number Good Morning done. And she got so upset, she ran, well, I don't know if she ran off the set or walked off, but she left the set and hid under a piano and started to cry. Guess who found her? Fred Astaire. Fred Astaire found her, asked her what was going on, and because he saw how frustrated she was and upset, he coached her. And this is something Fred Astaire like never did. And he let her watch him, do some of his performing or some of his rehearsing. And, she saw just how hard it was to get it done and how precise you had to be. And so she went back, and when they did the take, it took from 8 o'clock in the morning until 11 o'clock at night. And she kept up with both guys during the take of Good Morning, but they had to carry her off because she had danced so hard and so fantastically that she busted blood vessels in her feet and they were bleeding. So she couldn't even walk. Her feet were swollen and bloody, so they had to literally carry her off the set after that dance number. I don't know, guys. And at 19, oh my goodness. And even Gene Kelly himself remembered how mean he was to her. And he said he was surprised that she even spoke to him again because he was very tough. And she was, the youngest one on the set. So I thought that was, my gosh, that was interesting. Oh, yeah. And I have a thing here. Debbie Reynolds was quoted as saying the 2 hardest things she ever had to do in her life, childbirth and singing in the rain. Yep, she said that. So yeah, I thought that was just really interesting. Now the reason I mentioned Sid Charisse, I'm getting her name wrong. two very important facts. She was taller than Gene Kelly. He didn't like that. So if you haven't seen the movie in a while, watch the movie and notice that she's kind of always not, I don't want to say slouching, but she's not standing straight up when she's in the same when she's on camera with Gene Kelly, because he didn't want her to appear taller than him on film. He was like, there's no way I'm going to be in a scene where a woman is taller than me. Not just a woman, but anyone. He didn't want to be, I'm thinking, but because she was so much taller and they were doing, the dance numbers and stuff, especially that ballet number, he just didn't want her to appear taller than him because he just thought that would not be right. So, like I said, not very many people, they didn't like him too much. I mean, he was a likable kind of guy, but when it came to making movies, he was definitely very precise about everything. And number 2, in the 2001 Guinness Book of World Records, Sid Charisse is listed as having the most expensive legs because they were insured in 1952 for $5 million. That's crazy. Can you imagine having your legs insured for $5 million? Absolutely crazy. Well, let's see. I know I had like I'm trying to read my writing. My writing here. Yeah, I think that's it. I don't think I have any more. Oh, I did want to tell you, it premiered, Radio City Music Hall. It premiered there first on March 27th, 1952. And then it was released in the US on April 11th, 1952. It ran for 103 minutes, which is 1 hour and 43 minutes long. It had a budget of $2.5 million. And when it was, you know, when they did all the numbers at whatever length of time they had to do, it actually made $12.4 million at the box office. So it was definitely a hit. And like I said, it's listed as like one of the top musicals of all time. And Singin' in the Rain was a great one. Excuse me. Sorry. Excuse me, guys. Maybe I shouldn't have scratched it. But anyway, it was listed as one. Singin' in the Rain is also listed as one of the, I think, number 3. I think I mentioned that. But number 3 for the song. Now, let's get to what I made. I was thinking, you know, I didn't only had that one skein. And I had a lot of people sending in comments about some of the yarn that was kind of close to the colors. There was some, but they had purple in them. And I didn't want to use that because there wasn't any purple in the Singin' in the Rain cover. So I've got a picture here I want to show you. Let's see if I can get this thing to open it up. There it is. Let's see if I can. All right. So here is Debbie Reynolds. That's Kathy. And there's Jean Kelly as Dawn Lockwood. And look at what she's wearing. So I'm sure you guessed what it is. This was, of course, a silent film in the 20s. So she's wearing a cloche hat. Cloche is a French word meaning bell. And I had just enough. Let me show you what I had left over. This is what I had left before I made it. That's all I had left out of that skein of yarn. But, ta-da! I made a cloche hat. And I thought it turned out really cute. And I only had one line where I started the brim, where I did a back loop only so you could kind of know where the hat itself stopped and the brim started. So, oh, and I got a little bit of yellow. I could have used this, but I thought it just kind of, see, it kind of washes it out. So when you look at that, boom, look at that pop. And then you're like, not so much. So yeah, look, I just tossed it over there. But yeah, I thought it came out really nicely. I love cloche hats. I think they're just so adorable. And so there it is. And I used an eye hook, and the hat part itself was done in the round half double crochet. And the brim is also a half double, but like I said, except for this one line right here where I did back loop only to kind of separate it, and then the brim. And the brim only has one row of increases. So the very first line was one double crochet in one stitch, and then, or not double, half double, and then 2 half doubles in the next stitch all the way around. And then the last 1, 2, 3, the last 4 rows were just all single, were all 1 half double crochet. Single half double doesn't sound right. It just sounded weird. But anyway, this is it. And I was, like I said, I was very happy with it. It turned out really nicely. So, ta-da! I might raffle this one off. I'm not sure yet. I just think it's adorable. I love it. All right, guys. That's it. That is all I have. I think it might have froze a little bit there. I hope not. But anyway, yeah. So that's all I have until I reveal my next movie. And I hope you guys are all having a great day. Don't forget, tomorrow, Thursday, February 7th, I will be doing the giveaway for the Gone with the Wind shawl. And I will also be doing my very first crochet coffee and chat. I would like to do live. I'm not sure if I'm going to be able to do that every single week, but I would like to do a live one. If I don't get to do a live podcast, I have lots of questions. You guys have been great at sending questions to me. So by the time I'm done going through everything, it's going to be probably about 30 minutes. I'm trying to keep it right at about 35, 40 minutes long. Once I answer questions, depending on how lengthy I get. And we all know I like to talk. So we shall see what happens. So yeah, so tomorrow I'll be looking for my giveaway for the shawl. And then we're going to start another one. Because remember, I'm doing 7 shawls in a row. Giveaways, and then I'm also going to be doing my crochet chat, and then maybe even later that day or early Friday, I will be doing my regular podcast to show you what else I've been up to. So yeah, I got a lot going on. Anyway, thanks so much for watching. You guys have a wonderful day. This has just been amazing. And the series is going well because you guys are letting me know what you like. You're giving me some really great ideas on movies. I'm going through my old movie stash, which is so much fun. Abby and I actually watched Jane Eyre yesterday with the one with Joan Fontaine and Orson Welles. So, yeah, she really likes that one. I actually got my husband to watch the one with Michael Fassbender. That was, and I didn't even think he would even like it. It was like, oh, what is this? And I said, it's Jane Eyre. It's just another movie version. You should watch it. It's a great story. So I'm kind of explaining to him what's going on because he's asking questions, and he watched the entire thing and he said, you know what? That wasn't bad. So see, all you got to do is give it a chance. But, you know, classics are either you like them or you don't, I guess. But as long as I got him to watch another one, I am so excited. So I'm looking through. I've got a few ideas. Hopefully I can get another video popped up real quick to show you guys what I've chosen and what yarn and everything. But thank you so much for making this a successful series. I really, really appreciate it. And, you know, you're the reason I do it. Well, that and my love for movies and crochet. So thanks so much. You guys have a wonderful day. I'll see you when I see you. Happy hooking.